Welcome back to Dear Girl with Alice. Want to make yourself feel better? Let's practice these 10 poses aimed at beginners in yoga. For the next few minutes, we will improve balance and coordination. If you're familiar with these poses, you can focus on the foundation to improve alignment. Every Friday, we practice flow or a series of poses, while on Tuesday, we go over individual poses. So let's make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Let's begin an easy pose and bring our hands to prayer. Settle the mind and breathe for the next 11 minutes. We're going to come to half Cobra. So bring yourself to the mat, bend your elbows, and look directly in front of you. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Bend your elbows, bring them closer to your chest. Tuck in those toes. Lift yourself for a quick plank before you come to down dog. We're going to raise our right leg for one-legged dog. Okay, breathe. You can also bend your left knee. Make sure your hands are flat on the mat. Fingers spread apart. Bring the leg down, raise the left leg. Again, this is one-legged dog. Breathe. Bring the leg down. Now we're going to come to a wide-legged forward fold. This is a standing forward bend with the legs spread wide apart, which helps to stretch the hamstrings, calves, and spine while relieving tension in the back. You can hook your fingers around your toes for a deeper stretch. This is also great for improving flexibility and calming the mind. You can also place your hands below your shoulders. Keep those elbows bent. You can also extend them straight behind you. Do whatever you like with your hands, just make sure you're folded forward. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten the back, raise yourself slowly, heel toe your legs closer together, and we're going to come to a squat. Your feet are hips distance apart. Make sure those knees are wide open. Your hands are placed in a prayer, ideally at the heart center. Breathe here. Deep inhales, deep exhales. We're going to come to Revolved Garland Pose, where one arm is on the floor for support while the other arm reaches upward in a twist. This pose helps to open the hips, stretch the spine, and improve balance and flexibility. We can also bind here. Okay, it's also great for relieving lower back tension and improving digestion. Whichever side you bind on, make sure to look up. Don't try to move your hips. Keep them in the same position. Now twist to the other side. Keep those legs open. Look up at your hand. And again, you can bind your arms. This time your left arm is going to bend around your left knee. And your right arm is going to reach for the hand behind your back. Make sure to twist open your chest and look up. Breathe. Inhale. and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. Take another breath. Round your back. Stretch out your arms forward. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Because next we're going to come to chair pose. Just take a moment here and now extend your arms and raise yourself into chair pose. Your knees are bent. Make sure you see your feet over your knees. Tuck in the tailbone. Keep the back flat. And extend your arms. If this is too much for your shoulders, you can place your hands on your hips. Breathe. We're going to come to revolved chair pose. It is a twisting variation of chair pose where the hands come together in a prayer position and the torso rotates to one side, often the elbow hooking outside the opposite knee. Make sure those knees are together. This pose straightens the legs, glutes, and core while improving spinal mobility and detoxifying the body through the twist. So notice how when we're twisting, we're not moving the knees. They're glued together, feet are together. And whichever side you twist, make sure to look up. Keep those hands in a prayer. Try to place the hands against your heart center. All right. Come to center. I'm going to show you from this angle, chair pose. Okay. Make sure those knees don't go over the toes. Tuck in the tailbone. Keep the back flat. Squat more. Come to the mat. And we're going to come to seated spinal twists. We sit with one leg bent and crossed over the other, using the opposite elbow to gently twist the spine. One hand is placed on the ground behind for support. This pose helps improve spinal flexibility, stimulates digestion, and release tension in the back. Now on every exhale, you continue to twist deeper. Twist, twist, twist. This is great for the spine. You can also bind here. Notice how I clasp my hands. So the left hand is underneath my right leg, and then the right hand is behind my back and reaching for the left hand. I'm going to show you from the other side now. We'll twist. Bring that left leg over the right. And then the right arm in front of the, which leg is that? Left leg. Make sure the elbow is not against it. Knee, it's just right above the knee. Extend that arm and look over your left shoulder. Keep twisting on the exhale. Reach for your hands in a bind. Breathe. For those of us that are new to yoga, you could skip the bind or just try to place your hand on your back and then the other underneath your thigh and see if your hands reach. If not, that's all right. All right, release the bind. Come to center. We'll prop our chest on our bent elbows, releasing the head. This is called fish pose. It's a nice counter pose to anytime we do twists. This is a good pose. All right. Feel the tension release in your neck. Breathe. We're going to now come to reclined butterfly. We're lying flat on the mat. Our knees are bent and the soles of our feet are together. You can bring the arms behind your head, reaching for opposite elbows. Your arms are bent. You're going to take a few breaths here, and you can also switch the direction of the cross. Or you could have your arms beside you as well. Breathe. All right, next, we're going to come up against the wall for legs up the wall pose. We're going to put your pelvis in a neutral position on the mat. Relax your face and neck and rest your hands on your belly or beside you on the floor. Relax all parts of your body while keeping your legs propped up against the wall. This increases blood circulation and relaxes the hamstrings, especially if we sit all day in a chair. Ideally, you want to do this for about 10 minutes, but we'll go ahead and do this pose for about a minute or two. Breathe normally here. You can also breathe deeply if you would like. Let's come to supine spinal twist. Cross our legs, the left over the right, knees are bent. Bring the legs to the mat on the right side of you. You're looking to the left, to your arm that is extended. You have a bent elbow in the right arm, and your hand could hold your thigh, or it can just lie flat on the mat. Try to push yourself up. Try to push yourself back to center with your core. Now cross the right leg over the left. Bring it slowly to the mat. Look towards the right. This is a great area to improve your core engagement, especially if you have your arms flat on the mat and you're trying to bring your legs to center by engaging the core muscles. So I'll show you in a few seconds how that looks like. This is a nice twist for the spine. So bring your arms to center, look directly above, and just engage that core as you're bringing the legs to center. Okay, enough of twists today. Come to seated pose. And don't forget to comment. I pay attention to each and every one of them. See you next Friday. Namaste.